If I've got two loans, each with a different interest rate, should I pay off the loan with the higher interest rate first and then pay off the one with the lower interest rate? And also, can we write off the interest? What do you think about that?
So if you have, for example, a credit card which has an interest rate of 19%, and you have another line of credit with an interest rate of 3%, and they both have $50,000 balances on them, and you've just received your first associateship check for $25,000, and you wanted to repay some of that existing debt off, I would recommend taking that check and sending it to the credit card company and paying that down first, because that loan is incurring interest at the highest rate, and that should be paid off first. You should pay the loan off with the highest interest rate first. The reason for that is that's costing you the most money. You want to make sure that you pay the highest interest loan off first. Now, the second part of the question was, are we able to write off the interest? Now, it depends on what the interest is for. If the interest is for investment purposes, yes, you can write off the interest. If the interest is for a practice that you're running, yes, you can write off the interest. If the interest was used, for example, and this is where we see a lot of questions and also concerns from a tax point of view, is a lot of times what happens is you get a student who has, let's say, a $200,000 line of credit, which they have obtained from going to university at, let's say, U of T, and they come out and now they're graduated. A lot of times what happens is they'll go to a financial, and that loan that they have is actually through a student assisted program, not through a financial institution. In those cases, that interest is deductible on your tax return because it's through a Canada student financing program. Once you take that loan and refinance it to a financial institution, that interest is no longer deductible because it is now interest on a student loan. However, it's paid to a financial institution. Therefore, under the Income Tax Act, that interest is not deductible. If you try and deduct that interest, you can claim it on your tax return, but you'll likely be audited because the government has information as to what student loan interest you've paid through the government program in their system. And when they cross-reference that to the interest that you've paid to the financial institution, they're going to see a discrepancy, and you'll likely get audited on that. So it's very important to track how you've allocated those student loan interest payments. If the loan was used to fund dental school, the interest is only deductible if it's used to if it's paid to a institution that's regulated under the Canada Student Loan Act, and typically financial institutions aren't on that list.